Good morning, everyone. I am using Poppy Palin's Everyday Enchantment Tarot today. And this is, of course, your reading for Tuesday, December 20th. Jupiter's newly moving into Aries this morning, 6:33 in the morning. And the moon's still in Scorpio. And it's in, it has crossed past the South Node. Whoops, this should not. Hold on. Girlfriend's got trouble here. There we go. Okay. These cards are big and they often flip over. But let's ask, what do you guys need to know for today? Because with the moon crossing over the South Node, it's very possible that some healing has come through, and today could be about integration and then moving forward in some ways that are very solid. Yeah, there we go. So we have the Eight of Cups. She's walking away. She's tired of being the only one in the house that does all the dishes. She's taking her life force and she's like, I'm done. And I love that full moon out there. We're moving towards the new moon later on in the week, but for now with Jupiter and Aries, yeah, it's time to move forward. Tired of doing all the laundry, all the cleaning, everything around the house, and maybe working full time as well, right? And even if you're not working, everybody gets tired of this, right? I mean, yesterday was my day to do a bunch of cooking and cleaning. Do you think I did? Nope. I put it off. I did the laundry, though. Okay, and then our second card is the Three of Swords. Yeah, there's heartbreak here. But maybe it's walking away to no longer betray yourself. Maybe, this is the heartbreak of the past, and maybe it just has to do with not someone who actually cheated, but maybe someone who has crossed over. There's a healing sprite right here, like a diva, a fairy diva or something. There's a healing one there. There are sprites in all of the, some of them are lighter and some are darker. Let's see if you can see this one. If you get it up close to the camera there. There are two and they're blue and they're opening the door for her. So that's our message, to know that, to remind us that the spirit world is always there helping us. They're always there waiting for us to have the courage to do whatever it is that we need to do. And it may very well not have anything to do with walking away from dishes, but it's walking away from things that are just not going to change, and there's too much life force. There are always dishes. It's kind of a bad example, but I love the water, all the water. Oh my goodness! And then we have the Eight of Swords. Now, any new mother or father, any new parent, I should say, can relate to that Eight of Swords. The baby doesn't want to be stuck in the crib either. Oh my goodness, can you imagine the baby crying and then the dogs start howling? The Eight of Swords is our card for being stuck in our own, sometimes it's our self-created prison because it's nothing more than just bad ideas and bad, false beliefs that don't work anymore. But other times it's like, I wanted a baby, and why won't this baby stop crying? What is going on? Why can't, well, a lot of times they just really need to be held for a very long time. And she's wanting to get away. She's not wanting to be with what needs to be nurtured. And that's our task with the Eight of Swords. It can have us feeling kind of hopeless and powerless, and we are powerless when it comes to a crying baby. There's, usually, what do you do except for comfort them, right? But other times it's our card to remind us to go in and feel our feelings. It's not about, it's like we need to face the music. no matter whether or not it's the music we want to hear. to go inside and connect with your heart. And then from there, so connect with your heart. Don't betray your heart. Don't betray your love. But then come back in and connect with, maybe this is us when we were little. Maybe all of these cards have to do with healing, because especially with, that astrological aspect that we have all week with that finger of fate, and then Jupiter squares the sun today. There are lots of, with Chiron being part of that Yod configuration, it's about healing the past, and it's healing our deepest inner conflict. So this could very well be, the message could be that this was a mom or a parent who walked out on us because they felt like they just couldn't hang. I mean, we have the Eight of Cups and the Eight of Swords here, and the Three of Swords in the middle. And maybe this has to do with forgiving our mom because we can't hold on to that pain anymore. And, I do like seeing the birds and the windows and wanting to get out and the freedom. Yeah. That's very possible that that's what's going on for a lot of us. I remember doing that work. It's just you keep doing that reparenting work until you're done, and you're not done until you're done, and you just have to keep it up. And then it changes, it flips, and you start imagining what your parents went through, and then you realize that there's no way they could have given you what they didn't get from their parents. And then you start wondering about your grandparents. What was it like for them? Most of us aren't lucky enough to have had our grandparents with us for very long, or to have, evolved, loving grandparents. But sometimes the grandparents can help us understand so much. But anyway, everyone's situation is different, but the themes are going to always be the same. They have to do with walking away from the past, and not beating yourself up, and not beating anyone else up, and getting ourselves, if we can do those two things, we get ourselves out of our own little self-created prisons, and maybe we can turn around. Maybe we can take our life force. Notice how, the red, we have the life force here, the red robes, and the red heart. There's a lot, there are messages within the colors here. We've got, loving pink, and so when it comes to summarizing this, I would say that the key is to turn around. Both of these figures are turning their backs, but I would say turn around and come into your heart and nurture your own inner child. Be with your inner child. Be in those places. Now, a lot of times in the infant places, there are no words. It's nonverbal. But it's those feelings that come up where you feel helpless. And the healing process always goes back and back and back. It's like you start healing your adult issues with other adults, then you're healing your teenage issues with other teenagers and your parents. You're healing your, authority issues, and then you're healing your smaller child issue, toddler, or in between toddler and teenage, toddler and adolescent. And then at some point you're healing your whatever you went through as an infant, and there are no words there. And unless you have a family member who says, yeah, I remember what that was like maybe you have an older sibling, and they say, yeah, you know what, this happened, this could have happened. I wasn't there, but this could have happened. And they're always going to have a different perception of what actually happened. But, there are certain things that, like, I remember my mom saying about how she did things differently with my younger brother than she did with me, because she realized what she did with me was not the right way to go. But she did it because her mother told her to. So things like that, and then just try to put yourself in that place of when you were very, very tiny as an infant, and turn it around. And, be the best mom you can to yourself now. And if you feel helpless, just go through feeling helpless and know that you're not helpless now. But if you go through those feelings of helplessness, you will find your strength. You will. That's just the way it works. So, okay, I'm going to get this uploaded for you guys. Sending you lots of love. Bye.